Hello friends, in this lesson I am going to tell you the difference between resizing and resampling an image. Let's open these two files, this BMX high res and BMX low res. Now this is a low resolution file and this is a high resolution file. First of all, let's see what makes an image. If we see this high resolution picture and zoom in really close, we can see these pixels. These jagged edges are the pixels. Nowadays there are many high quality digital cameras available which can record millions of pixels with a single snapshot. The number of pixels in an image are directly related to the size of the file. Let's see the size of this high-res image. Go to image, image size. Now the shortcut for the same is Alt Control I. I highly recommend to memorize this shortcut. Let's look at the options here. This is the size of the file. It says 34.9 megabytes. These values here means that this image has almost 4300 pixels width-wise and almost 2900 pixels height-wise. When we see at this drop-down menu, we can also select percent. We can see that it is at the 100% width and 100% height. This icon here means the width and height ratio are connected to each other. As we change the width, the height changes simultaneously. Now this document size means the actual size of the document which can be printed on a piece of paper. The current size is 14 inches by 9.5 inches, which is quite big for a home printer. Now this resolution means that there are 300 pixels per square inch in this file. For printing on a commercial printer, the resolution must be at least 220 pixels per square inch. Some printers can print up to 600 pixels per square inch. If we want to print on any home printer, we can either resize the image or we can resample the image. If we do not want to lose any quality of the image, then we will resize the image. To do so, we must uncheck this resample image box. The moment we do this, this upper part gets locked. Now we cannot change these values. Of course, we can change the width and height. We can select any measure of the units. I'll keep it to inches. Now we can change the resolution here. As we change the number of pixels per square inch, the size of the file changes. The width and height are inversely proportional to the resolution. As we decrease the resolution, the width and the height increase. As we increase the resolution, the width and the height decrease. Now if we want to increase the size of the image to be printed on a billboard, let's reduce the resolution 30 pixel per square inch. This will blow up the size. This icon here means these values are also interlinked. If we change one value, the other values change simultaneously. If we want it to be exact 100 inches wide, the height will be 66.4 inches and the resolution will be 42.8 pixels per square inch. Now if we want to reset this dialog box, we can do that. Hold Alt and this cancel button changes to reset. Now click reset and everything will be reset. Now let's talk about resampling. Suppose we want to email this picture to anyone, but we can't email an image larger than 10 megabytes. But this picture is 34 megabytes in size. In order to shrink this size, we will resample it. To do so, make sure that this option resample image is checked on. We can resample the image up or down. To email, we need to resample it down. This drop down menu has different options and their description in the brackets. These are called the interpolation methods. Photoshop looks at the way we are resampling an image and what's being resampled, and there are different algorithms it uses to give us the best results. This bicubic automatic is a new feature which helps Photoshop to use best algorithm when it's resampling an image. So leave it to bicubic automatic. Now let's change the size. Instead of pixels, let's choose the percent. It will be easier to control the file size. Now the size of the file is 34.9 megabytes and we know that we need it to be less than 10 megabytes. Let's take it down to 35%. This is very low. We can bump it up to 45%. Now the size of the file is about 7 megabytes. The document size here also changes. Since we are mailing it, we are not concerned about the document size. Let's hit OK. We can see that we have shrunk the size. Let's zoom in and see this jagged edge. This jagged edge has come at 479% zoom. Let's undo the resampling and now we will see this jagged edge at much higher zoom at about 540%. Let's now see the low res image. Let's zoom in It starts to blur quite fast. At 380%, we can see the jagged edges. Its size is really low. It's less than 1 megabyte. Now let's see what happens if we resample up. Let's see this low res image and try to take it back to original size. Let's go to the original image, copy the width and paste it to the low res image. The picture becomes blurry. There are pixels but no crispness. Photoshop has some limitations while resampling up. This original image is so crisp that we can read the text here. But this bumped up image, it is not crisp, it's blurry. Therefore, we should never resample up an image more than 15 or maybe 20%, else it will become blurry. Hope you understand what is the difference between resizing and resampling the image. See you at the next lesson.